Hello, very good afternoon to every one of you. This is Melvin alone. Mio is on the duty call and it's not able to join this afternoon first, so I will be alone. He promised, but then last minute he said he need to be attend something urgent, right? So nevertheless, how's everyone today? This morning we in Kuala Lumpur, there's a light shower, cool down the weather. Last night was very humid, very warm last night. So there were thunder about early as 5 a.m. Then starting in the 8 o'clock, I went out. It started to have a light drizzle, but just for a short while. But it's good enough. It's cool. The weather in Kuala Lumpur is cool, and of course in Baling there's difference. Baling last 2-3 days, so that heavy rainfall that's caused floods in Baling Kedah, and I think we have lost 3 lives in this incident. So our deepest condolences to the family and hope things goes well. So what do we have today? It's something serious, and I was actually looking forward to have Mio so we can actually talk more. But nevertheless, I try to get things more exciting alone. But it's something very serious. This recently, about a week ago, our Minister of Transport, Dr. Wee, was in some UN to talk about to address on the road fatalities in Malaysia, and it's good that he has put a roadmap, and he's actually the ministries are hoping to reduce road fatalities by 50% by year 2030, which means about 8 years from now. So I did comment, yes, it's good that we have programs, but we need to execute the programs well so that we can achieve our desired targets. 50%, of course, is a remarkable, I remarked a remarkable figure to his political secretary, Mr. Quet, I think, but we have to make sure the programs are well executed to meet the KPI. So our transport minister says in line Malaysia commitments under the United Nations second decade of actions for road safety 2021 to 2023 and the Sustainable Development Goals 2030, all key parties, including state governments, industry players, and non-government organizations like ACTnow, are collectively working to ensure road safety is entrenched as part of the norm in the people's daily life. And in Malaysia, well, I was quite, I didn't know, but I was quite surprised when I read the article. In Malaysia, fatalities from motorcycle users contributed to more than half of the yearly total fatalities from road crashes. But it's a high figure, more than half. Hence, tackling the safety aspect involving motorcycle users has become paramount towards achieving the target of reducing road fatalities by 50% by the year 2030. So in this regard, Dr. Wee said that Malaysia would also focus on enhancing the adoption of vehicle safety technologies by creating creating demand for such technologies and sustaining the supply chains of productions. So we have been a very positive impact of ASEAN New Car Assessment Program on vehicles manufactured towards populating Malaysia roads with safer cars day by day. Yes, a lot of attentions are bringing to the car because car is expensive. So a lot of features are put in and they will increase the price. But how about our two wheels, our motorbike? So the ministries are also working towards making it mandatory for anti-lock braking system or ABS to be installed on new motorcycles models initially from 150cc and above in the next 2 years. Yes, it's already practiced in other countries. Motorcycles ABS is a must. All right, but I hope by installing to not inflate the price of the motorcycle, especially the lower CC. All right, of course, the higher CC, the premium for the rich, yes, I think that doesn't feel a pinch. But for those lower CC, 150cc, it's actually a lot before these use bike for their daily so-called transport mode. So in addition, the Malaysia Institute of Road Safety Research, or known as MIROS, is also focusing close partnership with many relevant organizations in ASEAN's regions to bring the community together towards achieving the common goal of making the road transport safer. Yes, it's good. Just for your information, I hope we have been seeking appointments with Miros for the last couple of weeks. I hope you all listened. I actually, not being sarcastic, actually sent this link of this program to the Miros party that's involved. We have been seeking so-called meeting. It will be promised week after week. Please get in actions because we have something very. We hope that we can contribute, as what Dr. V said. Everyone is everyone's efforts. So I hope to meet the Miros people as soon as possible. I hope you hear this loud and clear. So Dr. V also noted that these efforts has also been institutionalized in the Ministry Road Safety Plan 2022 to 2030, developed by the Transport Ministry and supported by all relevant stakeholders. The plan encompasses 10 priority areas that have been identified as being the most important and significantly reduce the risk of death and serious injury on Malaysia roads. I believe yesterday I saw a news in the it was in a video form. This senior driver actually was driving on the opposite road and crashed into another vehicle and died instantly. So how could this happen? So the priority areas on safer motorbike, of course, motorcycle is because they have no protections. Don't talk about is direct hit. Safer motorcycle riding and safer vehicles will contain key strategies and actions items to improve safety for riders and motorcycles in Malaysia. So let us work together to achieve these ultimate safety goals towards the betterment of our life nationally and globally. Yes, Dr. V and Ministry of Transport, you have ACTnow support. We hope to, we do propose certain efforts to make the whole achievements of reducing 50% fatalities on the roads. So, because it's quite sad every day, somewhere in Malaysia, everywhere, you have seen reports that accidents happens. And was a few days ago, someone shared me a video. This is not the senior person who drove opposite way. It was in the city, KL city, and it was he met an accident. He died instantly. This is about a lady somewhere, I believe, in Klang, who lost his way and got panicked. He actually hit into a motorcycle and did not realize the motorcyclist, unfortunately, he died, was on her car rooftop, and she was not quite aware until she was stopped. So it's quite sad to die such way, you know. And if this within our control, to make sure that we take this in consideration. Like last Saturday, I was invited by a dinner. I know that's alcohol served during the dinner. I say that okay, let's take a Grab over there, you know, and drive back. I don't want to be under influence of alcohol while driving. So please, we have to take care not only ourselves, but people surrounding us and people that we do not even know. All right. So I hope the message is clear, and I hope to meet up Miro's senior management people soon. Please, I've been sending messages in our group and every week for a reminder. All right, not wait too long. Let's add now. Now, second article is also very alarming. Not only in Malaysia, it's globally. This is microplastics. Right, that is everywhere in oceans, in air, and also alarmingly in our human's body. Just imagine we will call ourselves plastic human sooner or later. So this is an article that I extracted from an email, and it says here, from ocean's depths to mountain's pit, humans have littered the planet with tiny shreds of plastics. We have even absorbed this microplastic into our bodies, and with uncertain implications. Doctors, scientists has yet to find out what will be the implications, but it's actually find out from the lab, plastics elements are in our body cells. So images of plastic pollutions have become familiar. A turtle suffocated by a plastic shopping bag, water bottles washed up on the beaches. This is something we, the humans, make this. Those people irresponsible. Yes, an article came out also. This happens in Johor Bahru, Sungai Terblau. The military besar went there. Actually, I read the news. The river was actually polluted with human waste, and they did investigations. It's actually coming from the few community squatters around the river that dump all the rubbish into Sungai Terblau. Now, Sungai Terblau is one of the main river in Johor Bahru. Please, these people need to be educated. I hope the state government, Menteri Besar and Adun of this Terblau or the MP of Terblau, please go and educate. Go down to the ground. The quarters there. Go down, educate them, say that please do not throw, give them all the plastic bag or beans, and tell them if you are fine, you will be so-called penalized, will be compounded, install CCTV and all these things. All right, take that as a pilot project, please. Back to this article, they say millions of tons of plastic produced every year, largely from fossil fuels, make their way to the environment and degrade into smaller and smaller pieces, so small that we actually inhale. So the researcher from the laboratory of oceanography in France say that we did not imagine 10 years ago that this could be so many small microplastics invisible to the naked eyes. So 10 years ago, nothing as such they would imagine, and that they were everywhere around us right now. In fact, apparently, I'm now doing these media streams. My laptop is plastics, my microphone is plastics, everything's here, I think, on my table. Beside woods, I think a big percentage are from 30% at least are made from plastic. So, and we could not yet envisage finding them in the human body. They will never imagine that plastic elements are in our body. So the now scientific studies are increasing, detecting microplastics in some humans' organs, including the lungs, kidneys, and even to the placenta. So the surprise for them was how deep it go into the lungs and the size of the particles. So last year in 2021, researchers found microplastic in both maternal and fetal placenta tissues, so expressing great concern over the possible consequences on the development of fetus. Goodness, that's why I say sooner or later we're going to have plastic humans. So if you ask the scientist if there's a negative effect, he or she would say, I do not know, because they are not sure how it would be the fetus is going to turn into eventually. But they know now elements of microplastic is in our cell. So it's potentially a big problem, We don't have scientific evidence yet to positively confirm, but the effects are going to be there, if any. So while scientists have recently identified the presence in the body, it's likely that humans have been eating, drinking, breathing in plastic for years. Goodness. And this is something from WWF in 2019. A shock report by the environment charity WWF estimated that people are ingesting and inhaling up to 5 grams of plastic per week. And what's this 5 grams plastic per week? Is enough to make a credit card. In a week, we have been ingesting and inhaling 5 grams per week. Means we make 4 credit cards averagely in a month. God. So it's very alarming. So back to nature sometimes is good, even though that we're in the time of advancements and all the things, but do practice old way of preparing food, old way of installing food. We have to reduce plastics, right? So and it also say here, some 460 million tons of plastic, 460 million tons of plastic were used in 2019, twice as much as 20 years earlier. All right, and less than 10% are recycled. So, and the annual production of fossil fuel-based plastic is set to top 1.2 billion tons by year 2060, with waste exceeding 1 billion tons. This is from the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development Foundations, as says as in last month, which means that is in June 2022. So by year 2060, it's expected to have 1.2 million tons of plastic waste. So that's very alarming, ladies and gentlemen. We hope to cut all these things. So let's start by practicing old methods of preparing food, containing foods. Don't be too liable on that. And I hope the scientists also find a way of getting plastic that is not harmful to humans. I hope that's a way also. Use more recycling materials and all these things, right? So that's our 2 serious topics today. I'm going to share with you. And okay, the last before we leave. First, on coming Monday is a holiday. It's celebration of Hari Raya Haji. We are off on Monday and come back on Wednesday. And okay, something I'd like to share with you. ACTnow in the community. This is a report we received in Subang Jaya under the Majlis Bandaraya Subang Jaya. Is community's playground. This is so-called a volleyball court. They were asking help because the tree surrounding planted is already covering the court. So thank you to MPSJ. They actually went down to trim down the branches. All right, and good job. And please, ACTnow Community Mobile App is a free service. We do not charge you for highlighting your community issue, and we will highlight to the relevant authorities. We will hope. I mean, we are a platform, and everyone can share, and everyone is multilingual. That's something unique, and everyone who have these apps are able to comment and share. Anything that happens in your community, like in Subang Jaya, this report will be shared. Everyone know, even in Sabah, Sarawak, know about it, and you can comment and give their help and assistance as well. So please do help us to grow further. We need your support, and please share that with this wonderful app with your family, your relative, and friends. Okay. Until then, have a good day, have a good weekend, and we see you next Wednesday. And happy holidays and Selamat Hari Raya Haji. Everyone stay safe. Bye.